Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Underrail. This is basically the first role-playing game I probably will ever play on the computer. And yes, I've played Skyrim and Fallout, but to be honest, I don't consider those role-playing games. You see, in college I played Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't get railroaded by the game master, and I don't like it when games railroad me either. In other words, I want to make my own story. I love Dwarf Fortress. I love Unreal World. I love Prospector. So this is probably the first role-playing game I'm going to try out on the internet. So let's hope it works, because this is my third time trying to record it. I've had a lot of issues with many of the recording software types. Some of them don't work at all. Some of them flicker. Some of them make the game lag. So while I tried to make a blind let's play or let's learn, be honest, I've spent 3 hours in this game already, actually 4. So I kind of know the tutorial, I kind of know what I want to do, and I kind of know the first quest. After that, I'm blind. So let's try this game out again. For me, for you, the first time. I hope it works. Once again, it's not the game, it's just that I have recording software for multiple recording softwares now for different games, because each game has issues with different software. That's just the way the ball bounces. So I'm going to make a new game. Normal setting. Not too easy, not too hard. Classical experience. Basically, how you get X points. You know, this one you have to get oddities. This one, which means you have to search a lot. This one, for everything you do, you get points. So I'm going to accept that. I'm going to pick a female because I happen to like females. And if I'm going to look at a face, I prefer one that's not frowning and is pretty. Let's go with that one. Let's call her Tunnel Rat, because that's been the name of everything so far. I had Lab Rat and Test Rat and Tunnel Rat a couple times, but the game didn't want to record, or I should say, the recorder doesn't like this game. She's going to have strength. She's living in the apocalypse, perception, and intelligence. Her feats, special abilities, whatever you want to call them, is Pack Rat Hound. She increased her carrying capability by 50, and Paranoia, which means she's very perceptive, especially about other people trying to sneak up on her. Skills, well, I think she's going to be a gun stealth person, so 12 for throwing. No, actually, no melee. No melee. Dodge. Okay, she's gonna know how to use her fingers when it comes to fixing things. Chemistry. Biology. None of the rest. And she's not social at all. So, let's accept that. Now, I've been through this tutorial more times than I care to remember. It's becoming a blur, but I'll still do it, and I'll still read out loud everything everybody's saying, even the opening scene, which I'm not in. Tanner. Alright, last topic, of course, earthquake reports. Oh, earthquake repairs. I've read it so many times it's a blur. Sorry about that. What's the situation at the South Tunnel? Got to dig deeper to plant the explosives, or we risk more damage to the tunnel. Almost everyone is working shifts up there. Shouldn't be too long now. He nods. Gorski, how's the security looking? I know it might not be how you pronounce that, but that's how I pronounce it, unless you want me to say Gorski the entire time. Got one man at the cave exit, and that's enough as far as I'm concerned. Automated security is strong there, and as long as we know the crossroad and the cove are clear, no one can sneak up on us. Also got one man at the underpassages, and he's ordered not to open the gate no matter what. The last thing we need right now are those bloody lurkers sneaking up on us. Everyone else is up at the platform securing workers in tunnels. You mean guarding workers in tunnels. Whatever. Securing them makes them sound like you're grabbing them. This one's ours, and this one's ours, and this one's ours. Good, good. If no one has anything else to add, this will conclude this council meeting. Actually, just one more thing in case you weren't informed already. I admitted a new citizen to the station. That tunnel rat girl? Yes, I think she'll be a good addition to the station. She and Vincel are still at the range, but they should be done any moment now, I believe. You put too much trust in your test, Tanner. Nobody believes in the goat anymore. Nobody! Oh, all I care about is how she handles live action, not how many points she got. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Best put her to work immediately. We need all the hands on deck right now. Indeed, that is all. Very? Corsica? I don't do well with names, especially names that... Isn't this supposed to be in the United States? Is this Europe? Eastern Europe? I mean, what are these names? Does anybody have names like that anywhere? No. Okay, so here's Vincel. Well, I'm calling Vincel whether there's another L in there or not. An unexpected yawn interrupts Vincel. He instinctively raises his left hand to cover his brow, forgetting that he is wearing a respirator. A tiny smile creeps up on your face due to this very fact, yet you understand that after so many hours of testing, these kinds of lapses tend to sneak up on people. He soon continues. Excuse me. All in all, Tunnel Rat, as far as I'm concerned, we're done here. We're done here. I've got a few other things to do, but unless you like to have another go at the testing range, you have no reason to stay here any longer. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'd like to give it one more try. His tired eyes aren't exactly radiating joy at your response, but he still nods. No problem, but know that this won't affect your previous results. I guess it's best we go through the whole procedure as if this was your first time at the range. Okay, I've now opened the gate for you to go through. I'll now open the gate for you. As before, I'll be watching you through the cameras where I'll continue once you get past the gate. I'm ready. Now, before I start the test, let me point out a few things. Portrait, health, messages, things that happen to you get lined up here. If you get hit by a gun, it'll show you damage and it'll line up here, right up here. Slowly, you can scroll back and forth. These are hotkeys. Character sheet, which I just finished making. Combat stats, which change depending on what you're wearing and what weapons you have. Inventory that could be sorted in many ways, as well as what you're wearing and what's on your combat utility belt. Crafting menu. Don't have any recipes or crafting material. Notes, which is kind of like the quest log or journal. Oddities, which really don't count that much, but they give you more experience points. In the oddity game, they're the only things that give you experience point. Question mark, which basically tells you and shows you what you're doing right now. And whole has spelling mistakes in it, but whatever. And the menu. And this tells you what kind of zone you're in. Think Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline, where it told you where you can openly feed and where you couldn't openly feed. This is where you can fight, where you can't fight. We're in a civilized station right now. If we started fighting or pickpocketing or stealing, we'd probably get attacked. So, we trigger off his little intercom. Can you hear me? Loud and clear. Great. Now pick up your weapons and armor from the cabinet. I think there's also a few EMPs left on the shelf as well. Okay, press tab to highlight all interactable... Sorry, I've been doing this like 6 times in the last few days. Interactable objects, or Z to reverse the order of highlighted objects, consists of any container. Contents of any container can be picked up by either double-clicking them in the container window or dragging them into your inventory, which can be opened in a separate window by pressing I. You can also press A to take all objects from the container. All hotkeys presented in this tutorial are default and can be changed in the options menu. Everything in this can be changed. Okay, I've looked at the options menu. It's wonderful. You can change anything you want. There will be 3 bots fighting against you, just like the first time, so choose an appropriate weapon and make sure you wear that armor. There was this guy a few years ago who forgot to put his armor on, and well, it didn't end pretty. Take those bots out. To equip weapons, armor, and utilities, open the inventory and double-click on any of those items or drag them into their respective slots. You may have up to 2 weapons, because you have 2 hands, equipped at the same time, and you can select the primary weapon by clicking on the icon in the action bar. The left side of the inventory window represents the contents of your belt, and this is where you put your utility items like grenades or special crossbow bolts. Also, if you push X, you exchange between your weapons. Ring me when you're ready to proceed or if you have any questions. Understood. So, tab. Anything I can interact with. I can look at this. I can interact with stuff if I want to get in trouble for stealing. See, notice it's red. So go here. This is grenades. Right click them. I took them to now my inventory. Put them on my belt for easy reach to throw. You cannot just spam grenades. Most weapons like grenades or abilities like stealth have a cool-off time. Just like Minecraft. So, including some medicine. And some medicines you cannot use in combat. So, you have to plan this carefully. Okay, so I could take that. The rest of this, I'm a gun person, so the rest of this is pretty useless. Now they're talking about if you open your inventory, you could also drag. So you could drag it directly to your body, or you could double left click. Now, that armor will affect my combat defense a little bit. See? Where's the defense? There it is. It is also affecting my dodge ability to dodge, evade, stealth, and movement because it's got weight. On the other hand, it's effective against weapons, mechanical attacks, think guns or people biting you. And it keeps me warm. It doesn't do anything for my offensive ability, but the gun does once I put it on. So once I put the gun on, those things should change. Which is amazing because it has no bullets in it. It's empty. So the ammo, right click. It takes time to load, and if you're in a combat situation, it takes action points to load a weapon or recharge a weapon or so on. We are now ready. So I'm going to say we're ready. At this point, other people could ask all sorts of tips about how to do this, do that, whatever. I've already shown you. Initiative! 2 of the bots. They all had better initiative than I. In fact, I think one of the bots had the same initiative, but the bots get to go first. Now, here's the thing. You check the grenade, but the chances of hitting these guys are kind of slim. So, you right-click. Okay, left-click to select, right-click to let go. And what I'm going to do is move closer. Now I'm going to left-click. The closer it is to me, the better chance of hitting that spot. I can hit that spot really good. Right there. But it would hurt me. So I want to do as close to them as I can with the best odds, and it's right there. That was horrible. That was literally horrible. The only person I hurt was me. These guys are all still functioning. That was the worst tutorial I've ever done so far. That is the worst tutorial I've done so far. Run, because the 2 of them are going to shoot at me. Yeah. I can't throw another grenade. Okay, it's my turn. I can't throw another grenade. There's a cool-off. So I got to shoot at him. Who can I hit? Not enough points. So he's gonna shoot at me now. Alright. I get to shoot back at him. Now he's out. So basically combat's ended. Before I go anyplace else, before I set the... Oh, that's noisy. It's annoying hell. Alright. Good job, Tunnel Rat. Now I want you to pick up the items. It wasn't a very good job. I should have taken out one grenade hit. My throw should be better than that. I'm going to have to put more points in that. Now I want you to pick up the items from the locker. There should be a battery, a whatever that is, hoaxer, I'm going to call it hacker, and 2 lockpicks inside. I hate it when people make sci-fi names up. H-A-K-X-X-O-R? Hawker? Hawker? Okay. He yawns. Use the lockpick to unlock the door. Duh. In the next room, you'll have to unlock the footlocker as well as that box before I let you through. As well as that box. You'll see what he's talking about. By left-clicking the locked item, your skill necessary to unlock that particular type of lock will be displayed above it. To open mechanical locks, you'll need a high enough lockpicking skill, and for electronics, high enough hacking skill. Using lockpick can be done either from the inventory or more easily from the action bar. In the first case, right-clicking a lockpick and left-clicking on the object you want to unlock. On the second, drag the lockpick into an action bar slot, select it, and then use it on the object. Oh, and yeah, the container has electric lock. So he means the box he just talked about. So charge your hacker first before if you want to open that thing. Okay, I don't have to ask any questions. So let me show you what he's talking about. That requires a lock-picking skill of 1. I don't have a lockpick. Take all. Now that is 2 lockpicks, an energy source, battery, and a hacker. It's a tool. Before I do anything else, there you go. Now we know that that is locked. So what you can do... Oh, no you can't. Right click. I've been playing this so long, I'm actually forgetting. Because you left click the stuff in your hotbars, you right click the stuff in your inventory. But you could also do this. And you don't even have to right click, you just push 5 like any other game like Skyrim or Fallout, because it's a hotkey. By the way, there's nothing in there. Okay, so we need to hack this container. Hacking requirement of 1. We have the tool, but it has no energy. So right click, recharge. Once again, ammo or power cells take time to recharge or refill an item. So what we want to do is use that. Right click in your inventory. Hacking, like lockpicking, takes time. Sadly, there's nothing in there. Alright, now let's get to the hard part. Good. Now for the final move, here you got one Sentinel bot. So, I'm sorry, folks, it's night. And I've been trying to get this to work for 3 days, so sorry about that. Sentinel bot and a camera. Try to sneak around the bot if you can. This one will not shut down after one hit, just to let you know. Well, the other ones didn't shut down because I missed them with a grenade. You can enter stealth mode both in and out of combat, but only if no one can see you while you're activating it. While in stealth mode, all characters, friend or foe, will display an icon above their heads which will indicate whether they can see you or suspect that you are sneaking around. Your skill, proximity to the character, illumination, and even whether you're in front or behind it all determine how well you remain hidden. Suffering a hit while in stealth mode will instantly reveal you, as will bumping into other characters. By the way, the camera will see you no matter how good you think you're hiding, so it'd be best if you're able to avoid its line of sight completely. Okay. Stealth offers many advantages. You can pick how, when to initiate combat, or even avoid it altogether, which can completely change the outcome of an encounter. Also, certain abilities work only when you are in stealth and can be used to cause massive damage on unsuspecting targets. For instance, Usually, for instance, you're gonna is the beginning of a sentence, not the end of it. Sorry about that. Sound plays an important role in Underrail, since loud sounds can attract characters to investigate what's going on. Using quiet weapons like crossbows or knives is a good way to make sure a silent assassin remains truly silent. Except in this game, using a knife on somebody like a robot probably isn't going to work. So, technical vest might not be the most appropriate thing for sneaking, but it'll do for now. Of course, there are drawbacks too, most important of which is that armor penalty. In other words, if you wear a lot of stuff, it's going to be hard to sneak. We all know that. Alright, so stealth on. And what I'm going to do is just walk back and forth because I'm waiting for a certain robot to show up. I found out that I can't take the robot on and the camera. Either the robot sees me and the camera does it and the robot attacks me, or the camera sees me and the robot does it and I fail. So I've decided the best way to handle this is destroy the robot and then sneak past the camera. Now the robot has a patrol kind of recorded into it. So I'm waiting for it to show up, and then I'm going to initiate combat, which means I have the drop on him. And now he's short-circuited for 2 turns. Not enough action points. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. He can't do anything. Not enough action points. All right. One more turn, and then he's going to start. Then he's going to start shooting at me. He's got no points left, and I can't shoot him. That's wonderful. That's great. Okay, well, he's going to come up and shoot at me. Yep. This is where tab comes in really nice, because you're like, I can't point at him. Tab. He's dead. Now, I end combat because the camera doesn't count as a combat. And I can enter stealth. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, hurry up. Come on, come on, come on. And that's it. That's probably the first time I've avoided the camera. Literally. Without the robot shooting the heck out of me. And he did shoot the heck out of me. He shot me. Might as well turn that off. And talk to him. Well done, Tunnel Rat. I hope you're satisfied now. He yawns. Will my performance on this run affect my overall results? Nope. How about another one, eh? No. Please, no. Are you tired already? Just no. I'm done here. It's time to check out my new room. Wait, I haven't had a room for weeks? I've been here for weeks? No doubt you'll like it. I have yet to see any newcomers complain. He laughs. Because we kill them all. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I meant. Nothing more to say than congratulations again, Tunnel Rat, and welcome to Southgate Station. Go and get some rest. Most of the time, whether you fail or not, he says the same thing. Though once I succeeded in destroying the bot, getting past the camera, and he complained I damaged his camera. I think the EMP grenade damaged the camera. So here's our room. Tab works here too. So for example, let's turn on the light. Let's look at the artwork. It's a hanging rat. I picked a rat before I knew about the artwork. It's colorful. Doesn't mean anything. Foot locker. Doesn't have anything in it. Always useful. There's a computer. So it's our computer for our message. Okay, there's a message from Wayne. I fixed your door so the key card should work fine now. If you haven't found it yet, the key card should be in your desk. Okay, now, I guess this is the first time we've come into this room. This is our new room. But now he's talking about the key card like it's been having problems earlier. So have I been here or not? Also, if the key card's in my room, how did I get into my room? Tanner, okay, congratulations. You have passed all the tests we presented to you in the past weeks and have now obtained full citizenship in Southgate Station. On behalf of the entire community, I welcome you into our fold. Visit me in my office in the Commons as soon as you're rested so we can discuss your duties in the coming days. So let's get out of email, get out of the computer, check the desk. It has a compass, money, and a private quarters card. Now I'm going to take that compass, put it here because I want to show you what it could do. Come on. Go right there. No? Okay. Go into our inventory, then go right there. Yeah. So the compass is interesting. Let me show you what it does. It points north. Since this is always north, I'm not really sure how use it is, but it's, I guess, role-playing. Now, as you can see, it's still my inventory because this is really not the items aren't really here. These are hotkeys. That's why I could not put it there. This is money, basically $210 bills. It's pretty worthless outside of this station. This is the card key, and it is for some reason a plot item. I guess if you don't have the key, the plot doesn't continue. I don't know. Don't know why. So there's other places we could search. Shelves. Nothing on our shelves. We obviously have nothing here because nobody loves us. And locker. Okay. Hypo. Basically gives us 80 health points. Countdown 6 turns. You use this and you better hope that the next 5 turns nobody hits you enough to kill you. Bandage basically restores 140 health points. We only have like 90 or something like that. Over 7 seconds. Health must be over 40% in order for bandages to be effective. In other words, under a certain point you're dead and the bandages won't put your arm back on. Cannot be used in combat. So this is something you use after combat or before combat. Take it. You can't put the hypo on 9. And once again, it's a hotkey. And that way you can hype yourself up. Okay. This is armor. We want that. This is a repair kit for armor. We want that. This is a repair kit for mechanical items, such as firearms, melee weapons, or metal armor. We want all of that. Go here, go to inventory, put on our armor, and we're all set to go. So that is the end of chapter 1. I hope this recording works. In chapter 2, we will go to Tanner, meet him, talk about our first quest. Probably it will be a fetch it quest or something. I already know what the quest is because I already played like 3 or 4 hours, but I'm not going to tell you. And we also will explore a Southgate station, which you might find interesting. It's a lot bigger than most stations you've been in. It does remind me a little bit about Fallout 4 vaults. It's a little more livelier and not as dirty. I mean, yeah, the rugs kind of have spots and everything, but this actually isn't a bad room compared to it. But now I'm just babbling. Okay, folks. Thank you for listening, and I'm going to go edit this and see if it works. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.